Well, happy Tuesday.
What was that? Yeah.
I started to say Tuesday and then I thought, well, is it Wednesday? No, it's Tuesday. Coming at you from our back porch that we love. Kyle and I ask questions on Instagram, and I had like 20,000 questions submitted.
I had 3.
Oh, you did not have 3.
2 are from my mom.
No, you did not have 3.
So let's dive into it.
Okay. We haven't looked at these yet, so we're just going to go through them live because I feel like they're better if we answer off the cuff.
I've gotten a few of these different ones, and it kind of goes with goal setting. Where do you see yourselves in 5 years? I had a few. What's your 5-year plan, 10-year plan?
That's a good question.
But yeah, where do you see yourself in 5 years? I see kind of Mal shaping into more of a brand and really being able to communicate her message and inspiring a lot of people through you know, speeches and tours and her writing, and kind of take a step out of a lot of the video inside our personal life format. That's kind of the goal and how we plan on kind of structuring everything moving forward. So
we do love showing our personal lives, though.
Yeah, it's awesome. But
I think it's going to be. Yeah, I started out kind of in the space of motivation. I did a lot of speaking for several years, kind of before I started doing a YouTube channel. So we feel like it's a natural progression, and it's the content that's the most requested. It's kind of like how to live your life better. What really matters to me is like teaching people how and letting people in on how I live my life better. Kind of where our live fully mantra came from. What do you see yourself in 5 years, though? You answered about me, but it's the brand together. So.
Well, I'll work with you, so I'll be helping put all that together.
Okay. Number 1 question asked on both was, when is baby number 2 coming? Let's just say sooner rather than later. We'll just leave it at that. And then a lot of people kind of on that subject too were like, would you be fine with all boys, or do you really want a girl? I would be totally fine with all boys. Remember, if you're a subscriber for a long time, like I thought I really wanted a girl before Ford was born, and then Ford was born and I was like, how did I want a girl? I just love that little boy so much.
Do you and Mal ever argue? Or do y'all have any problems? It's
none.
Yeah. You know, yeah, I mean, we argue, but we both communicate very well. So when we argue, it's very fair, I would say.
Yeah.
Like, we're not calling each other names. Like, we disagree, talk about it, and then kind of move on.
Yeah.
Like, and
we have a healthy relationship.
Yeah.
Any healthy relationship, people argue and fight. I'm just going to go ahead and say that. If you don't argue and fight, something's going on.
Yeah, and there's like, it's always weird to say, oh, we never fight. It's like, so y'all agree about everything? You're like, it's just weird. But then, too, there's also that reverse, like, you don't want to be fighting all the time either. So Mal and I get along really well.
We also, like, love tools for communication. If we disagree on something, or, like, in the past, if we've had things that we felt like we disagreed on, I'm a huge fan of personal therapy, or, like, if you have a therapist, bringing your husband or wife in, or couples therapy. Like, we love all of those tools. I think that helps you keep a really healthy relationship. But yeah, we are friends.
Yes, we are friends.
A lot of questions were about the Live Fully merchandise. So a lot of people asked the question, when will it become available again, or when is our new launch? So the way that we're going to do this, we think we're going to do it quarterly. The first sale was a huge success. Huge success.
And thank you to everybody that purchased
yeah, we have you guys to thank for that. It was incredible. I would have been like, oh, order 50 of each size in each piece. Like, you guys blew it out of the park. So we are going to do probably one here soon.
We're going to do a launch in the spring.
It'll be a different launch, though.
Yeah, it'll be a cool, a bunch of cool stuff coming in the spring.
And the thing is like, you have to get these things when they're on sale, because like I said, they're for sale for 3 days and then they're done forever. I asked the question.
Romantic out here.
When did you make this your full-time job? You know, we get a lot of questions about this. we get a lot of questions just about really like everything involving our personal life and how we make money, and like
a lot of questions is, what does Kyle do?
Like a lot of people don't know, this can be a very big career. You can, if you run this like a business, which I run it a lot different than a lot of other people do, and we decided to do that from the beginning because we were like, this is gonna be our family business that we, you know, used to support our family. So we really approached it differently. And you can make a very great living doing the work of an influencer, which includes, which we talk about on all kinds of videos, anything from making money off of ads to doing brand deals. If you ever see like hashtag ad, that's a brand deal. A lot of people ask me if other things are. No, they're not if I don't say that it's an ad. Like you can do affiliate links. I mean, so many different ways, like appearances. You can make money doing this. And I always encourage anyone who is thinking about this or who's like, gosh, I just don't know. I don't know how to get started. A few years ago, I was in the same boat. I had hardly any followers, maybe 4 years ago. And here we are now. We bought this home from the money that we've made from this career. We support a family of 3. Like, you can really make this something incredible. And a lot of people just can't wrap their minds around that. But
and it does.
I don't know why.
You know, it's, and I get people are like, that's a career because it's so new, and it's not your 9-to-5 desk job. And with that said, it does take a lot of work. Like you see a lot of these vloggers and YouTubers and Instagrammers, and it's like, oh, you know, they're so successful. But what you don't see is like the year they didn't have any followers. Yeah. And like when Mal was filming and I was running my valet company, like, nobody really saw that. You can go look at the old videos. And
where I had a sequin backdrop.
Yes.
I'm going to start doing more sit-down videos, too, because a lot of people are requesting those.
Yeah, but it's just, there's a lot of work that goes into it, and it doesn't happen overnight. So when you hear people say anybody can do it, you know, there's no gatekeeper now with the internet and Instagram. You can do it yourself. There's no agent you have to get that makes you like, if you have something and you're talented and you're special, it will happen if you just do the work. But it is, you know, it is difficult and it doesn't happen overnight. And I think that's a part a lot of people leave out when you hear a bunch of people saying, sign up for my class, pay me this, you can do this too. It's like, yeah, if you work your ass off and stick at it and, you know, you can deal with the negative comments and the work-life balance and all that good stuff.
Yeah, and then people ask the question about when did we make this our full-time job? I made it my full-time job a few years ago, pretty quickly, right off the bat. I needed like enough money to pay my basic bills, and then you kind of just have to take a leap of faith, which sounds like not a responsible thing to do, but I love, Tony Robbins always says, if you're going to take the island, you have to burn the ships. So you have to just cut that plan B. And I love that analogy. So, you know, I just had to kind of take a leap of faith when I got into a safe zone. And I did it. And here we are now. So I'm really thankful that I did. And Kyle came over to help me full-time about a year ago, I would say. Plantinstagram says, since having Ford, what's the biggest change / difference in you and your husband's relationship? Having a baby definitely changes your relationship with your spouse. In so many good ways, though, too. I think that you really have to make it a point to remember that you also are a wife and not just a mother, because it's so easy when your children are that small to just pour everything that you have into being a parent, and you forget about this relationship that in 18 years, when that child is out of the house, it's just gonna be you.
Yeah, you know, it's cool too. You have such a new love for your husband or wife. Kind of just seeing them in that role as a mother or father is something I enjoyed. And you know, when you have a new baby and start a new family, of course, those first 3 or 4 months, the baby comes first always, and you're still kind of figuring it out and trying to keep the baby alive.
Trying to keep the baby alive.
Yeah. And but we're getting a lot better at making that us time, because when it was just you and I without 40, we enjoyed our time together.
We had the best time. We've been talking about, we traveled and we just lived it up.
Yeah,
it was amazing. But it's a whole different level of like goodness. So different. You can't just run off and travel to New York City like you used to be able to. Okay, Simply Summer Lynn says, how do you deal with real anxiety / panic getting out of a funk? I think that's a great question. I think anxiety is such a problem in our culture. It's like such a buzzword. Like whether you are clinically diagnosed with like having anxiety, or whether it's just like, I'm just so anxious about it. Or like you stay in one position in life because you're too anxious to like take a next step. I just think that anxiety permeates our culture today. All these sounds out here actually give me anxiety. My word of advice on that, obviously we are huge supporters of anything professional help. I think therapy is great for everything, but I think a huge key to things are stop numbing out all your negative emotions and deal with them. Like if you have anxiety, you need to get to the bottom of what is causing you anxiety, or it's just going to be like a gray cloud over you for the rest of your life, and it will affect everything. Everything you, everything your family, the people around you at your work. And I just think people need to face what it is underneath all of those feelings. And that's how I deal with my own personal anxiety and any feelings of sadness or angst or any feelings. I'm like, what the heck is at the bottom of this? What do I really feel? Sometimes it's something from way long ago. Sometimes it's something that like you wouldn't even think, but you've got to really do some thinking, and don't just come home and be like, I feel really anxious, and drink a bottle of wine and then like brush it to the bottom of the rug. Wake up in the morning and you're still going to have it. So that is how I deal with it, is just not numbing things out.
Yeah, and I think to piggyback on what Mal said, to really get down to what it is, for me, one, you've got to kind of have that awareness, like, okay, I'm carrying something here. And for me, meditation has helped a lot. And it's not, if you feel anxiety or depression or worry or just whatever it is you're feeling, it's not about suppressing that and getting rid of that. It's okay. You've got to acknowledge that and go through it and deal with it. If you just kind of suppress it, it'll pop up. It's like whack-a-mole. It'll pop up in other areas, whether you numb it or whatever that may be. So it's just kind of learning and acknowledging and feeling that emotion. But meditation has really, really been helpful for me. And then Mal and I, both benefit from great professional therapy as well. So that's really helpful. I think it's got a bad stigma nowadays, but it's not for if something's wrong. It makes you...
It's like to help you live your best life, be your best person.
Yeah.
Janelle 20, what is yours and Kyle's primary source of income? This is our only source of income. What we do, it ain't coming from nowhere else. This.
Gabriel Ervin asked, what is y'all's spirit animals? Mine would be
Lord.
a pug. I don't know.
That's a hard one. I said an elephant recently because I just feel like elephants are very like old, wise animals that really love being mothers.
Okay.
But they will like attack a village if they get upset. If somebody's trying to hurt their baby. I don't know. I guess an elephant is my spirit animal. Am I still doing Weight Watchers? I've done Weight Watchers so much that I kind of memorize in my head like what is points and what is not points. So I don't track points perfectly every day. I did that in the beginning whenever I did it a ton. So now I kind of go on and off, but always in the back of my mind I do. A lot of people ask about Whole30. I think Whole30 is an amazing reset. Teaches you how to read labels. It cleanses your system. I think it's really great. I haven't done Whole30 in a couple of years, but I think it was great when we did it.
I've gotten a few questions about how do you find motivation for running and exercising and all of that. Like, I could not run half a mile. And what I did, I just like, I'm going to make this fun and enjoyable. And so I would, just get up, walk half a mile with my favorite songs on, get back in the car, go home. I just did that, and slowly over weeks built it up, jogged outside when it was sunny. Running on a treadmill sucks. Like, if you're going to start running on a treadmill, that's a good start, but I'm telling you right now, it's hard to make that fun. But go get you a new pair of shoes, get you a new shirt, something that'll motivate you, a new pair of headphones, put a new playlist on, some old songs, and that's kind of how I stay motivated. And I just make it enjoyable. As far as dieting too, I just kind of try to eat balanced, do what I want on the weekends. Whole30 is great, I guess, but you feel like if you make one mistake, for me at least, I'm gonna throw it all out. And I'm like, whatever. Then I go eat 20 packs of Reese's. So I'm more of just kind of eat balanced throughout the week. Treat yourself on the weekends.
When is your podcast set to drop? Mid-March.
What college did Mal and myself go to? I went to the University of Tennessee. Go Vols.
And you majored in?
I majored in political science. Will probably not use my degree ever.
And I went to the University of the South, and I majored in theater.
And if anybody is into sports, the Tennessee Volunteers are the #1 basketball team in the nation. FYI.
Ton of people ask, how do you stay so positive? You make it look so effortless. I love your energy. You know, I talk a lot about this. It's the mantra of my business, Live Fully. It's the most requested content. It's something that's very important to me because it's something that, like, I worked so hard to achieve. I've always been like a happy person and a positive person, and I've always had good energy, but I went through a very like dark time in my life where I feel like I was like numbing every single emotion, not dealing with anything, spinning out of control. I was a perfectionist and just totally lost. 5 years ago, I like totally changed my life, made a conscious effort to stop that. Like stop numbing things out. I stopped drinking. I stopped like anything that I was using to numb out not dealing with things. And I changed my life. And I have the most incredible, like healthy, happy life right now. But you best believe almost every day I feel anxiety or like sadness about something, or, you know, whenever you see someone like this with good energy that's happy and positive, do not think that it's like that all the time or that it just comes easy. Know that you and I are exactly the same. I just developed different habits, changed old bad ones, and I work hard and consciously strive for this every day by listening to podcasts, by going to therapy, by taking care of myself, by choosing a career path that really fulfills me and makes me happy, by just doing the things that truly bring me joy and saying no to the things that don't. If you're not living your life well and feeling happy in the day-to-day, what does it matter? Like the clothes that you're buying and that makeup you're putting on your face and the restaurants you're eating at. Like, I just want every single person that's watching my content to strive to live their best, happy, positive, joyful life, like bursting at the seams. You all can do that.
Yeah, and I think it's something too, you have to put in the work every day. You don't just wake up one day and say, I'm going to be positive today, and everything just changed, and you're like all smiley. Like, you're going to have bad days, and you know, I think, you know, Mal and especially our relationship, we've been through so much, and the people that I feel like are the general happiest are always the people that have just been through some real life shit.
Yeah.
And it's,
we've been through some real life crap.
Yeah, so it's
I'll
like,
choose that word, I'll choose a different word, but like, do not think, oh gosh, they haven't been through anything like I have.
Yeah.
We have.
Yeah, and we can get more into that later on. We think it'll really help a lot of people, so we plan on doing that. But, you know, it's something you just make an effort and work on every day. And so I think Mal and I do a really good job at that. We also have our bad days where one of us is like, ugh, I feel like crap today. And that's okay. You're going to have those. It's okay for that to happen. So
we have 2 more questions that we're going to do. There are thousands and thousands and thousands of great questions.
And let us know if you like these segments, because if you do, we have so many questions. We'd love to get around. We could do a weekly segment.
Or we could do like a part 1 and part 2 of this.
Let us know if you like this video. Leave a
comment below.
Leave a comment.
And tell your friends to subscribe to me, because I need 400 more subscribers to hit 100,000.
If you hit 100,000, I am...
Don't be making any big promises, because we're only 400 away.
Gonna get a tattoo.
No, don't.
On my face.
Okay. How do you manage to juggle it all? Vlogs, business, baby, being a wife. You are amazing. Caroline Peters 10. I really appreciate you saying that. And like I said, it may look like it's all together on the outside, but there are days where it's like, oh my gosh, like, how am I going to do all of this? And we are in a public, you know, the nature of this business, we got a ton of questions about that. That was going to be our other question. The nature of this business and like being in the public eye, and I know we're not celebrities, but like we have a lot of people watching our content. We go every single time we go somewhere in Nashville, we love it. A follower comes up to us. So it's amazing. The reach of social media and the internet and being able to be an influencer is truly amazing. What a time to be alive and to do this work. It's incredible, and we have you guys to thank.
So
there
what's it
are
like?
Moments.
That was a question. What's it like having your life all over the internet?
Well, for me, I've always been, ever since I was younger, I used to sing country music, and then I did Miss America, and I did The Amazing Race, and then I did other TV shows. I've kind of always been some version of public. So for me, it wasn't as hard of a transition. What I love about it, though, I did so many TV shows. Like I filmed pilots for so many networks that never got picked up. These beautiful travel shows. I'd travel the world and do this really incredible stuff. No one would ever see it. And what I love about being an influencer, it's so satisfying to know, even if only 1,000 people are watching it, if I put it out there, someone's watching it. And there are always so many people that are like, we love your content, it makes me so happy, or it makes me so fulfilled,
connects
or
with somebody.
Told me how to do this with my baby, or thank you for suggesting that product. Like, it is incredible to be able to build a community like this, that there's no way we could reach this many people in one day. Like, life is just not structured that way. So it's awesome, but it is hard sometimes to feel like, you know, you don't really have any part of your life that's not public. Like, you guys were in the delivery room with us. You're in the holidays with us. And we love that piece of it. It's really cool. But I always worry that if one of our children doesn't like being on the camera or doesn't want to be on the camera, I'm just like, then that is absolutely their choice, and I will honor that. And like,
we'll
if
pull
don't
the plug on that very quickly.
So, you know, that's just that's something that I think about, because we're fine being in front of the camera. Sometimes I'm like, you know, I don't want to show this. It's very rare, but I'm like, you know, it's going to help a lot of people if I do. What do you think?
Yeah, for me, it was kind of hard at first. I just kind of was more in a supportive role with Mal, but you know, it's whatever. We do have our private time together and keep, you know, certain things in house that are special between us. But to me, I enjoy editing the videos and kind of filming and playing more of a supportive role. I don't really care that much to be on the camera. I like my job kind of behind the scenes. So.
Do you believe that?
She's always throwing me under the bus she's always taking Instagram stories of me like a cat nap. But I've been up since 4:30 in the morning working out, doing my meditation, feeding old boy in here. Oh no, it's not.
A lot of people are asking about my Invisalign. I'm getting ready to put it back in.
One.
So right now, look, I have this huge space right here in my teeth.
Snaggletooth.
I know. Because they're shifting my teeth over, so like it looks worse before it looks better. I've got like 18 more weeks to go. It's going really good, but it's insane what they can do with trays.
Let us know if you want more Q&As or just a Q&A with my
Kyle.
beautiful wife. Mallory Ervin, who is yet to change her name, by the way.
Get over it.
Trifling.
Somebody wanted to say hello. This guy, this is Ford, and he is a cutie. And people ask, who watches Ford while you're filming? Well, Lauren is a school nurse and helps us 2 days a week from 3 to 7. So say hi, Lauren. Say, I really love Lauren. We're really lucky to have her. Lauren was a nurse when Ford was born.
Yes, I saw you were a little bitty baby.
Yeah.
Say bye, 40.
Say bye.
See you later, alligator.
Thanks so much.
Do 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 do.